Hi guys, Dr. Mel. We're busy with organic chemistry and specifically the reactions, and we're going to do the oxidizing reaction now, the oxidation of alkanes specifically. So, why is this important? Because we've got fossil fuels captured in the center of Earth. You know, they go and they've got big oil rigs where they get oil from this inside the core of Earth. Now, that's what we do, and we try and make that fossil fuel into a usable substance where we generate energy from. So it's alkanes, and the main source of the fossil fuel will be the alkanes. You can see here, I've got gas bottles. You can see I've got a fuel station here as well as an aeroplane. We use these, the name fuel, to actually give us gases that we can use, as in this case, petrol. Right, let's have a look at the words. The oxidation is a known term to you. You know you've done oxidation and reduction. Now, this is oxidation because oxygen is the oxidizing agent. So, oxygen will go from O2 to become O2 minus. And can you remember, it will actually take up electrons to do that. Therefore, this is the reduction half reaction. It's the oxidizing agent. Therefore, we call it oxidation. It will release light and heat, which we can use. We can also use combustion, which means the burning of the alkanes. And we actually burn it when we add oxygen. You know, when you light anything, if there's no oxygen, it's not going to burn. Right, that's why it's combustion. Hydrocarbons, as I said just now, alkanes will give us energy and the fuels will react with the oxygen. And finally, it is an exothermic reaction. And you know what an exothermic reaction is. It releases energy. And can you see this blowtorch here and this lighter? If you want to feel how many joules of energy is released, just put your hand in front of one of those. And you'll find that it's exothermic, it's giving off energy. Right, let's go to the explanation of the combustion or oxidation. Can you see I've got an actually reaction here? I've got reactants and I've got products. You remember that. We've done that before. I've got products and reactants, and let's see how this looks like. I've got methane. Methane, one carbon. Can you see that one carbon there? And 1, 2, 3, 4 hydrogens. I also have oxygen. Can you see the oxygen? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 there. Therefore, it's 2 oxygens going in, 2 oxygen molecules, which is 4 atoms. And let's see what the product look like. Have a look at the oxygens here. I've got one there. I've got one there. Therefore, O2. And I've got one there. And I've got one there. Can you see 2 O there? What is happening with the hydrogens? Can you see I've got 2 times 2. Can you see the 4 hydrogens there? And then the start of this whole conversation was because we had carbon. And can you see the carbon there? So it releases carbon dioxide, water, and then important energy. So what will be asked of you? You will have to be able to balance these. You have to know that if there's an excess of oxygen, enough oxygen, it will completely burn the alkane. It will go from where it was C bound to H's to the C bound to oxygen. So it burns completely. I've got 3 oxygens, 3 carbons here. Can you see there? And I've got 3 carbons there. What's the next balancing trick that I'm going to pull? I'll have a look at the hydrogens going in. I've got 8 going in there. Can you see, because I've got 4 times 2, I've got 8 hydrogens coming out. And finally, let's see how many oxygens did I have to put in. I put in 5 times 2, so it's 10 oxygens. And let's see, I've got 3 times 2 there, it's 6, plus this 4, and you can see that's 10. And that will be your balanced equation for the combustion of, what is C3H8? It is propane. So remember, you always have to know the names that you've covered in a previous section. Right, let's move on. Let's see what happens here. I've got excess oxygen, and the question is balance this. So let's see how we balance it. There's a sequence. I'm firstly going to write down the carbons. I've got 4 carbons going in, so there'll have to be 4 carbons coming out. So I'll probably put a 4 in front of the CO2. That's done. Now we go to the hydrogen. I've got the hydrogen there. Can you see? I've got 10 hydrogens going in. So it's 10 there. And I've got H2. So it will be 5 times 2, which will also give me 10. And finally, I've got the oxygen. And I can balance that by firstly looking at the product. Remember, we put a 4 there. So I've got 4 times 2, which is 8, and I put a 5 there. So I've got plus 5. Can you see that? So 5 plus 8 is 30. So that's quite difficult to put that into a molecule here. 13 won't do it. Can you see there? Because then I've got 26 going in. So let's go and add another butane. Let's go and do this. I'm going to add 2 in front of the butane. Now I've got 8 carbons going in. Then I've got 8 there. And can you see I've got 8 coming out? I'm going to use another color just to show you that I'm going to change this now. So I've got 2 times 10 in. So I've got 20 going in. So I want 20 to come out. So this will become 10. Can you see that's now 20 and not 10 anymore? And then finally, we go and check what did we do with the oxygen. So I've got now 10 times oxygen there, and I've got 8 times the oxygen there, which is 16. It's 26 coming in, and can you see the 13 there times the 2 is 26. So my complete balanced reaction will be 2 times that, 13 times oxygen, 8 carbon dioxide forming, and 10 waters. Go and practice. Take each of the alkanes and practice if you've got those oxygen. Another way of looking at it is a C3H8. And I know immediately when I see C3, I know 3 carbons will have to come out as a product. And can you see how they present it here? 3 carbons going in and those 3 coming out. That's easy. The second one is always the hydrogen. Let's have a look. I've got 2 hydrogens there. I've got 3 here and 3 there. That gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How many have to come out? Well, obviously 4 times 2, which is 8. Can you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hydrogen covered. Finally, let's have a look at the oxygen. I've got out. I've always started the product. 3 times 2, it is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got those 6. Oh, I'm at the product. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I've got 4 coming out with the water. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've got in total 6 plus 4, which is 10. I have to add then 10 in, and 5 times 2 is also 10. So always go carbon, then hydrogen, and then the oxygen. There's also another reaction that you just have to take notice of, If I've got insufficient oxygen, not enough, not in excess, there's incomplete. All the alkynes do not go to the product. And can you see here, because there's not sufficient oxygen, carbon monoxide forms. So you see, you can balance it. You don't have to for exam purposes. But if I've got incomplete, not enough oxygen, only CO will form. So remember what we have here. If I've got excess oxygen, I will always form enough CO2 because I had enough O2. If I've got limited oxygen, I'll only form carbon monoxide, mono, one of these, which is a very, very toxic gas. People actually do not get any breath and you can actually die if you actually inhale carbon monoxide. Right. Let's have a look at the energies because this is important. Remember we said in previous slides now that this is an exothermic. So can you see here, I start here with the carbon and the 4 H's and the 2 O2's. That's my reactants. You've done this in a previous chapter when you did the energies of chemical reactions. I then add, remember what we call this, the energy that I put in from the reactants to the activated complex. Do you remember that term? Now that is now in an unstable format. It's jittery here. It's got too much energy. All of these atoms are apart. It's in an activated complex. And now it will move down to form the product. Now it can either lose more or less that it got with the activation energy. And because this is exothermic, can you see it started there and it's now there, which means, guys, this is very important, it lost energy. So delta H is now smaller than 0 or delta H is negative. And in all those cases, it will mean I will have the reactants with the products plus the energy being released. And therefore, because it's lower, it's exothermic. It's important that you also remind yourself that you are going to use this term in organic chemistry. You'll be asked to balance reactions. I'm quickly going to show you a few. You've got to have your pen, paper, and start working with me. I'm putting in C3. So immediately you know I've got to get out 3 of the carbon dioxide. I'm putting in 8 hydrogen. Can you see? Then I'll have 4 there. So then I also have 8 there. Now let's calculate the oxygens. Can you see? I've got 3 there. So it's 6 oxygen this side. And I've got 4 there. 6 plus 4 is 10. That will mean if I put a 5 there, I also have 10 oxygens going in. It's fun. Know the sequence. First the carbons, then the hydrogens, and then the oxygens. And the oxygens, you start from the product and go back to the reactant. Let's see if you can do C7. Quickly do this with me. So, I've got 7 C's going in, 7 C's forming. How many hydrogens going in? 16. So hydrogen 16, which will give me here 8 times 2, 16. And finally, let's add the oxygens. I've got 8 there, so I've got 8 there plus 7 times 2 is 14, and that is 22. Now I go back. If I now add 11 O2, it's also 22. So my balanced equation would be 1C7H16, 11O2 will give me 7CO2 and 8H2O plus energy. Write the balanced reaction for the complete combustion of anything. In this case, they're asking me to do pentane. So let's have a look. Pentane, you know, looks like that. And just to quickly refresh you, remember we got that formula, and if I now say N is 5, I can say it's 5 H2 times 5 plus 2. And can you see where I got the 12 from? Right, I'm going to add oxygen and I'm going to form CO2 plus water plus energy. I've got to balance it. So let's see my sequence. My carbon 5 in, so 5 out. My hydrogen 12 in, so 12 out. Can you see there? 12 out. And finally, my oxygen. My oxygen, 5 times 2 is 10, plus 6. Can you see there's 6? That is 16. If I want 16 coming in, it will have to be 8. So I've got the balance reaction for pentane, and you saw the sequence that I followed. Finally, a theory question. Is the combustion of alkanes exo or endothermic? Well, we've covered that now. We said the answer will be exothermic. So that's first your mark. Write that down. Exothermic, and you'll get your mark for that. Now, explanation why. What does it mean? Well, in your visualization of exothermic, you should see that graph of your potential energy, which means the products is lower than the reactants. So a few answers that you can give is that the reactants is higher than the products, or I would say delta H is negative or delta H is smaller than 0. So remember here, very important, that the reactants have more energy than the products. Therefore, I add the energy that side. So have a look at your theory. You will be asked to explain these concepts. Finally, applications. Where do we apply this? Methane will be the gas released when plant material rots. If you've got a compost heap or something, you'll get a very specific smell. That's the methane gas being released. Methane and ethane can be used as fuels. Octane is the liquid at our temperature. Therefore, we can use it as petrol. If it was a gas, well, then we'll have to cool it down. But luckily for us, octane, which is C8, is a liquid, and you can just go to the gas station and you can put petrol into your car and you get octane 93 and 95 and 98 or even 87. So there's a few different octanes that you can get in different formats. Propane and butane will be used in all the gas appliances, the gas bottles, the cylinders, lighters, and stoves, and all of those work with gas cylinders. So we are utilizing alkane combustion quite a lot. Right, let's have a look. Can you state the use of these? I'm not going to reiterate that again. And then finally, write down balanced equations for the combustion. So I've got my alkane, and I want to put in oxygen, and I'll get out CO2 plus H2O plus energy. And remember, you only have to do the excess, so you know it's the CO2 being formed. I hope you enjoyed oxidizing reactions of alkanes. Bye.